people. I've heard it since the show. What do you got to say, Jeff Storm? What happened? Did you take care of business? Well, a lot of people showed up. A lot of people showed up at Kingsport, CJ Sports Bar, and they seen that I took care of business. I told Brian. I told him, I said, it's not a wrestling match. This is not part of wrestling. This is not part of a storyline. This is me kicking your ass. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't use not one wrestling move. I used these. And apparently I used these pretty good because I've been told that Brian Logan is gone. He will not be back. Now he's using the excuse that I hurt his ankle. Well, maybe I did. But I did a lot worse to him than hurt his ankle. I did exactly what I said I was going to do, and that is kick his ass. You know, I've known him for 25 years. And I've seen over a period of time of how he gets in the ring and he bullies these young guys. Gets in there and he takes advantage of them. Well, you know, I always thought, well, that's none of my business. So when you get in the ring with me, and even when you hit me in the head with a wrench and gave me a concussion, you know what? It's not my first concussion, probably won't be my last. Part of business, I guess. But when you laid your hand on my wife, that was it. You don't bring my personal life into this stuff. So anyway, Brian Logan's gone. I am the Evolution Champion. Once again. And all these fans that said they didn't want to come to these shows because that bully, that woman beater, Brian Logan, was on those shows. Well, he's gone. So y'all can come back. Come back and see World Fighting Showcase Evolution Wrestling. The way it used to be and the way it should be. December 13th, back at CJ Sports Bar. I'll be there. Come on out and see what's going on. And, wait, I got to say this about Abby. The little barmaid at CJ Sports Bar. She got hers in on Brian Logan. Brian, I might have hurt you. And I might have hurt you bad. And I might have made you bleed. But that little woman, she whooped your ass. And that's probably the first time in a long time I've actually got to smile in the middle of a wrestling match. So I hope you enjoyed that. So come on out December 13th and see what happens, see what Jeff Storm brings to the table.
Hello fight fans, Dallas Danger here to get you ready for the next big World Fighting Showcase event. We'll be back at CJ's Bar in Kingsport, Tennessee, Friday, December the 13th for Holiday Havoc. But first things first, I have to address this right from the word go. We have some pre-recorded comments from our esteemed World Fighting Showcase President Chuck McKinney that we're going to go to right now.
Hello everyone, Chuck McKinney here, President of the World Fighting Showcase. I want to spend some time with you today to express my excitement about some upcoming events and changes that has been made concerning the purchase of the Evolution brand, which I am very proud of and very impressed of the brand. But I've made a couple changes. The number one change is going to be that as starting today, the Evolution Tag Team Championships will now be the WFS World Tag Team Championships. And in addition to that, on December the 13th at CJ's Bar in Kingsport, Tennessee, we will have a match to unify the Evolution Championship with the WFS American Championship. Everyone come out on December the 13th to CJ's and see the unification match. And remember, we fight strong.
Dallas Danger here with the World Fighting Showcase television champion as well as the CJ's Bar champion, the Scottish sensation, Murphy Costigan. Mr. Costigan, as I'm sure you have realized by now, as a double champion, you are a bit of a marked man. We'll start off with what's next on the docket for you, defending this title, the television championship of the World Fighting Showcase, in a rematch against David Anthony at one of the biggest weekends of the year at WrestleCade. What are your thoughts heading into this, what is being billed as the rematch of the year?
Well, obviously, Dallas, it's definitely a lot of pressure. You got the biggest wrestling convention on the entire East Coast during Winston-Salem WrestleCade weekend. And David Anthony, I don't respect him as a person. I can honestly tell you that I don't. I don't like him as a human being. But I do respect him as a competitor, and I do respect him as an athlete. He held this title for 394 days, and that's no small feat. But one thing I will say is, David, me and you have done this dance more times than I can count. We have clashed with each other almost every corner of the South. So, David, long story made short, this coming Friday night, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, WrestleCade weekend, Showcase of Champions. We'll just go ahead and name it the Murphy Costigan Showcase. I'm going to walk in with my television title. And guess what? The bell is going to ring. Then it's going to ring again. And I'm going to walk out with my television title. Let me tell you something, David. You know what? I'm going to address more than David Anthony right now. I'm going to address the wrestling business as an entirety. Gentlemen, I know there's a lot of people out there that hold titles for many companies, and a lot of people are so-called television champions, and that's fine. But I want you to understand something, gentlemen. I am the best television champion on God's green earth. There's nobody who represents wrestling more than Murphy Costigan. And something else. As I was saying earlier, David Anthony did a great job with this title. But David, I'm going to do something that you never could do. Right now, this is the World Fighting Showcase television title. I guarantee you, David, by the end of 2020, I will take this title and make it the World Fighting Showcase World Television title. I'm going to be taking this title to all corners of the globe, taking on all comers that want to step up and challenge me.
Make no mistake, Mr. Costigan, you are the television champion, the World Fighting Showcase television champion, and you won that title in the ring. The other title you currently hold, the CJ's Bar Championship, you obtained in a little bit more of a controversial fashion when Wayne Adkins was unable to defend the title back at Gold Rush. Well, coming up in December the 13th, back at CJ's Bar, that title will be on the line, and you will have to face sensational Wayne Adkins and earn that title in the ring as, frankly, speaking for all the fight fans watching, as it should be. Talk to me about that upcoming contest.
I find it funny you say Wayne Adkins was unable to make it when we all know that he had more important things than professional wrestling on his mind. And you know what? That's okay, because now CJ Sports Bar has a champion that's worthy of that title. Because it's my bar now. It's my area. And you called me a marked man earlier. You know what? I'm no stranger to being a marked man. You know why? Because they say to be the best, you got to beat the best. And you're looking at the best in the World Fighting Showcase, Dallas. So, Wayne Adkins wants to say that I haven't earned that title. The fight fans and everybody else wants to say I didn't earn that title. Well, guess what? I've got no problem proving it December 13th, CJ Sports Bar, Kingsport, Tennessee. Wayne Adkins, I understand that you're a veteran of the professional wrestling industry. You've done a lot of great things. You've faced some of the top names in wrestling. And I do respect you as a competitor, but it's a similar situation. I don't respect you as a person. You haven't earned my respect as a human being yet, Wayne. We'll see if you get the opportunity to do it December 13th, although I'm going to sincerely doubt it. Because, Wayne, you're not taking that title from me. No one is going to take either one of these titles from me. Not David Anthony, not you, not anyone on this planet.
There you have it, a very confident Murphy Costigan, the WFS television champion and the CJ's Bar champion, ready to defend both of those belts. standing here with the ultimate athlete, David Anthony. And David, let's not make any bones about it. We've heard what Murphy Costigan has said. He actually, somewhat surprisingly, showed respect for you and your 394-day reign as WFS television champion. But frankly, lately, he has been a thorn in your side. Seems as though you've tried to move on from him in facing other opponents in your matches, and he has gotten directly involved, distracting you, costing you the American Heavyweight Championship, as it were. But you have a great opportunity to regain that title that he currently holds at WrestleCade. What is going through your mind heading into this big rematch of the year, as it is being called?
I'm very thankful to finally get another rematch with him. He's been really getting under my skin with the Golden Terror. I've finally got to the point where I figured out how the Golden Terror works. I've got him down for once, and then he comes right back out and distracts me. So it's going to be good to finally have the main priority in my head come out this weekend at WrestleCade. So
I can tell you're frustrated. I can tell that this is really, really weighing on you heavily. What does that television championship mean to the Ultimate Athlete?
That television championship is the Ultimate Athlete. I built that championship. 394 days of defending it day in and day out against almost everybody that came in my way. That championship is David Anthony's championship.
Straight to the point. I'm sure everyone watching is looking forward to the Showcase of Champions and the Ultimate Athlete getting his rematch at Murphy Costigan and the WFS Television Championship. Costigan favoring that arm and shoulder. Now David Anthony's going to go after him, but now, yeah, the Ultimate Athlete's going to give chase. He certainly has this crowd behind him. David Anthony has spent much of the weekend here at Creepy Con socializing with the attendees. Some were existing fans, but many of these people that have gathered around the ring are cheering on a young man that they have become enamored with over these last 2-3 days. David Anthony breaks the count, continues the attack on Murphy Costigan. On the outside, but pays for it. Costigan bounces the champion off of the ring post. Now Costigan breaks the count. And things are starting to get ugly here. Costigan abusing the left arm of David Anthony, goes for a cover, only gets a count of 1, but I think the damage is done. Costigan stomping the hand and the wrist. Now Costigan will manipulate the joints. Going to the face. Referee right there to make the count and break that hold. Now Murphy's going to use the middle rope for leverage. Heeds the referee's count and goes back on the attack in the corner. Right hand shots by Costigan will take down the champion. Lackadaisical cover by the challenger Costigan. Clubbing right as David Anthony is seemingly out on his feet. Scoop slam by the challenger, drops the elbow, goes into the cover, hooks the outside leg and gets a near fall, a count of 2. Costigan continuing to work on the left arm, torquing the shoulder of the ultimate athlete, David Anthony. Anthony gets out of it. Reversal by Costigan into the corner. David Anthony gets the boots up, shakes off the damage that has been done by Costigan, and Costigan unleashes discus forearm immediately into the cover. That could be it. Only a count of 2. Looked like maybe Costigan was going for the tights there, but before he could get a handful, David Anthony getting the shoulders up. Irish whip now by Costigan, back elbow, takes down the champion David Anthony. Double knees on that arm we've talked so much about. Another cover by Costigan. And right back to the shoulder. That Costigan bounced off of that steel ring post on the outside. David Anthony in a lot of pain, but he's not done fighting. The television title means so much to the young man known as the Ultimate Athlete. He gets to his feet, backs Costigan into the corner, but can't break the hold. Tries a second time. This time he gets it. Uses that left shoulder for a lot of leverage there. Knee lift by David Anthony. He's going to hop up to the second turnbuckle. Missile drop kick connects. Not sure that he got all of it, but for the time being, it relinquishes the hold of the challenger Murphy Costigan. Both men are down. What an incredible showing from both Costigan and David Anthony. Costigan gets to his knees and grabs David Anthony, unleashes a right, but return fire from David Anthony, and they're going to exchange blows. Both men to their feet, errant rights, and now Costigan gets a few good ones in. Uppercut by David Anthony as he's fighting back. Irish whip reversal by Costigan. Anthony ducks the clothesline and takes down the challenger with a big right hand, and now a second. A lot behind those fists of the champion. Great reversal there by David Anthony. Has Murphy Costigan seemingly right where he wants him. Costigan getting the boots up, but David Anthony drops the knees right on the back. Had to move Costigan. Costigan's weight fell on David Anthony, but he gets to a cover and gets a very near fall. You can see there, referee's hand inches from the mat, and that slight hesitation having to move all the body weight of Costigan over. That was enough to keep the challenger in this one. David Anthony in position, trying to lift up Murphy Costigan for that suplex, but not enough in the tank, and Costigan will just toss David Anthony into the corner with that reversal. Hooks the leg, 1, 2. Somehow David Anthony escapes. How much does the champion have left in the tank, though? Costigan has really hurt that left shoulder, taken away a lot of the... Hang on just a second. Schoolboy roll-up. Costigan was worried about the referee, and David Anthony gets a count of 2. Great takedown there. Finger breaker by David Anthony. Gonna try the suplex again. Gets it this time. Brain buster by the champion. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Costigan gets the shoulder up. David Anthony not quite able to get all of his weight on that left shoulder, and Costigan sneaks it off of the mat. And now David Anthony asking the referee, not believing that that was only a count of 2. Turns his attention back to Costigan. Costigan now with the roll-up. 1, 2. Kick out by David Anthony. Reversal by David Anthony into the cover. Only a count of 1 that time. Small package has the leg hooked. Another 2 count by David Anthony. What's he got in mind here? Shoulders are down. Costigan able to get out of that. Costigan in the ropes this time. David Anthony throwing everything he has at the challenger, Murphy Costigan. Boot to the gut by Murphy there. Pulls down that knee pad. David Anthony out of the way. Costigan catches the leg and delivers. Cold clock with that exposed knee. Costigan says this is all. Fireman's carry. Impactful slam, hooks the inside leg, another near fall. Costigan can't believe it. This is what the World Fighting Showcase is all about. These two are laying it all on the line for the gold here in Knoxville. They have met so many times. They have thrown everything seemingly in their arsenal at one another. We are still at a stalemate. Costigan the first to his feet. He's on the second turnbuckle. David Anthony gets up, turns around. Costigan unable to land that double axe handle. David Anthony practically a one-armed man, quite literally here. Fireman's carry drops Murphy Costigan in the back of the head on the knee. Goes for the cover. Once again, unable to get all of his weight down on Costigan's shoulders. And Murphy gets out at 2. I'm out of breath, fight fans. This has been an absolute barn burner. An instant classic, if you will, and we still are undecided. Fast approaching that 30-minute time limit. David Anthony goes out to the apron. Is he going to go to the top rope? Not something that David Anthony does very often, but Costigan is in position, missing that beautiful swanton. Costigan responds. Saito style suplex into the cover, hooks the leg. And we have a new WFS television champion. After months of trying, multiple attempts, Murphy Costigan's hand is raised. He is the television champion of the World Fighting Showcase. Unbelievable. Take nothing away from David Anthony whatsoever. But on this day, Murphy Costigan gaining the victory. Friday, December the 13th, CJ's Bar, Kingsport, Tennessee. The World Fighting Showcase Live brings you Holiday Havoc. We're going to see a big contest. Implications, there are no words to describe what it means to unify the American Heavyweight Championship, currently held by the Golden Terror, and the Evolution Heavyweight Championship, newly won, that is now held by Jeff Storm. In addition, we're going to see Wayne Atkins get his opportunity to regain the CJ's Bar title from the Scottish sensation Murphy Costigan. The now World Tag Team Championships of the World Fighting Showcase will be on the line. A rematch in this one as well. The Thrillbillies defending this time against the Riders of the Apocalypse. The Ultimate Athlete, David Anthony, is going to be there in action. We have so much to bring you at Holiday Havoc. Don't forget, that's going to be Friday, December the 13th, 7:30 bell time at CJ's Bar in Kingsport. And until then, fight strong.
The Golden Terror, my man, has been the American champion for over a year now. So let's see, he's beaten up everybody, and there's just absolutely no competition anymore.
Hey, I'm pregnant.